We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. Be with you.
Rebel princesses, dark lords, resistance pilots, droids and troopers. The time is almost here. Welcome to the European premiere of one of the most anticipated films in cinematic history.
Absolutely right. It all started back in 1977, courtesy of the man, the myth, the legend, George Lucas. And the cult following this film has is almost unsurpassed. Case in point, the Reylos just down to our left. They started queuing up on Monday at 6 a.m. for this premiere. And I'll tell you what, they will not regret it.
And here we are 42 years later, ready to witness the epic conclusion of the Skywalker saga as Lucasfilms and J.J. Abrams bring you Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Rey, Finn, Poe and all of your favourite characters will be battling against the dark side. The stage has been set for the final battle for freedom.
Now, an epic conclusion deserves a momentous celebration, hence what we have for you this evening when we bring the light and dark together on our fabulous blue carpet, along with the filmmakers here at The Rise of Skywalker.
Indeed, this is going to be something special.
We've got quite a few people who are going to be joining us this evening, aren't we?
We do, Edith. Let me list
a
them.
long list.
A very long list. Can we have a round of applause for each of these fantastic, very important names? We have director and producer J.J. Abrams. We have producers Kathleen Kennedy and Michelle Rejwan. Iconic actors Warwick Davis, Ian McDermott, Billy D. Williams, Kelly Marie Tran, Julie Sutumo, Kelly Russell, Richard E. Grant, Domhnall Gleeson, Naomi Aki, Anthony Daniels, Oscar Isaac, Sean Boyega, and Daisy Ridley, and more.
Woo-hoo! That is some collection of guests that we are about to welcome here to this premiere. They'll be arriving imminently, but in the meantime, let's just get ourselves super excited about the Rise of Skywalker.
It's an instinct. A feeling. The Force brought us together. We're not alone. Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
Long have I waited. And now, you're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi. destiny. The Force will be with you. Always.
Yeah, always. Always, guys. Always. Just going to warn you right now, I might cry tonight. I'm just saying that right now. Listen, we have so many wonderful people to welcome tonight, these incredible filmmakers and cast as well, and we need someone very special to do that down at the bottom of this huge, enormous blue carpet. Radzi, you ready for that?
Oh, I am indeed. I feel very honoured, Edith. Let me tell you, at the very bottom of the blue carpet, as they get out of their cars, you will introduce their names, but I'll get the very first few words of the European premiere to speak to the stars and the cast and the filmmakers to find out how they're all feeling.
Come on, who are you most excited about chatting to? Who are you looking forward to meeting?
Okay, if you pushed me, I'd possibly say John Boyega I'd go. Because that man, he started with the IDSA, the same thing my sister was a part of, and since then he's gone on to unbelievably great things. So I want to speak to him, but basically everyone, Edith.
Well, I can't pick one, if you're asking. So, yeah, I'm sorry. But we're not only joined by the legions of wonderful fans here in Leicester Square in London, but millions of fans around the world who are joining us with a little help from Vodafone Business. So hello to everybody around the world who is watching us on social.
Indeed, and with that in mind, we'd love to hear from you if you're watching. So you can either comment below or you can use the hashtag the Rise of Skywalker. Let us know what you think and just how excited you are about this iconic film, and we'll read out some of the very best ones as this premiere progresses.
Thank you so much, Radzi. Now, to kick off this premiere in true style, we have a few surprises coming the way for you tonight, but first, I'm not sure if I'm excited or terrified about this one, but ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself, put your hands together and welcome the Sith Troopers. These Sith troopers may well be casting their ominous presence here on our blue carpet, but that will not stop our next guests, ladies and gentlemen. Please, can we hear it for the droids? BB-8, D-O, C-3PO, and R2-D2! Tonight is quite a sad occasion because this fantastic world comes to an epic conclusion. So let's remind ourselves of the incredible legacy that began 42 years ago when George Lucas introduced us to the world of Star Wars.
Phenomenon is captivating the nation with lots of
North America's newspapers is none other than Star Wars Jedi.
You can't run from Star Wars frenzy.
The very first time I saw the word Star Wars.
217, take 9.
And 3, 2, 1, action.
I was 11 years old. It was in a magazine, and I remember seeing the words and saying aloud, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Have you even seen Star Wars?
She's never seen Star Wars.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
Star Wars is just an important part of everyone's history.
He signed his action figure.
Right here.
I sat outside the theater to watch them at midnight with my dad.
It was designed to fire the imaginations of every girl or boy who yearns for adventure.
People's love for it, it's just massive.
It's the event that has become a cultural phenomenon.
Guerra de las Galaxias.
Ce n'est pas victime de princesse.
Star Wars is a milestone for people.
The Force is with us.
I gotta get to Star Wars.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Red 5 standing by.
It's something that people carry with them now, forever and ever.
Now with the final trailer for the Skywalker saga release.
I can still be a part of the family costume?
You are my father.
The International Space Station watches The Last Jedi.
Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father.
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it. They're sharing something that moves them.
You're glad that you're finishing, but savoring every moment because you know it is the last.
This might be the first and best arrival, I think, for this evening, returning to the Star Wars universe for the Rise of Skywalker as the insidious Palpatine. Please give a huge welcome to Ian McDermott!
Ian, welcome to the European premiere. Palpatine has returned. Should we be afraid?
Very afraid. Yes, it's a big surprise to be here. You know, I wasn't supposed to be in it, was I? I was supposed to be dead. But I've been resurrected, and J.J. Abrams assured me that I wasn't going to be your friendly pal. So you can all be assured I haven't been resurrected as an Ewok.
What was it like returning after all these years?
It was very strange, but it was great getting into that makeup again and finding that I still had the voice a little deeper than the one I'm giving you now. And as people will see when they see the film, I'm in a strange contraption. So I had to get used to that, literally flying around the top of the studio. But it was great fun, and I got to work with only two, sadly, but two of the best actors in the movie, so lucky me.
Well, Ian, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you and listening to your incredible voice. We will not hold you back anymore. Lots of fans and people to speak to you. Have an amazing evening.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Stepping into a new role in the Rise of Skywalkers as Allegiant General Pride, it is the truly incredible Richard E. Grant!
Well, from one incredible voice to another, Richard E. Grant, how are you, sir?
Oh, absolutely pumped.
What is it like to actually be part of this incredible franchise?
I saw the first one when I was 20 years old as a drama student in 1977. So to be in the final one 42 years later as a 62-year-old lifelong fan is... Literally, I asked J.J. Abrams, the director, every time I worked, to pinch me on my shoulder so I had bruising to prove that even if they cut me out of the final movie, that I'd actually been in it and done it. So I'm a complete fan.
And there are so many of us who are fans. What do you think it is about the movie? It's just so addictive and has such a cult following.
I think that what George Lucas created, all those decades ago was a completely unique world where it had all its own rules and its own characters and hardware and vehicles that people flew in, and none of us had ever seen anything like that before, and the creatures that were in it as well. So it was just mind-blowing right then, and it deals with all the big things of love, loyalty, treason, betrayal, all the stuff that makes for good drama in real life.
Richard, you're a part of cinematic history. Congratulations and have a great evening.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, playing General Hux, please welcome Donald Gleeson!
And on the end here, please, sir. On the end. Just on the end on your right-hand side.
Billy, I have to say, I for one was massively excited when I found out Lando Calrissian was returning. How did you feel to find out you were returning?
Oh, it was very exciting for me. I didn't expect it. But when I found out about it, I immediately chuckled a lot with great glee and pleasure.
So you go from the idea to then actually stepping onto set. How was that? Stepping onto set, what was that experience like?
Well, no, it was very interesting and normal. I was obviously looking forward to working with J.J. Abrams, and it was fairly normal. I mean, nothing terribly exciting.
So that the experience may not have been exciting, but the film certainly is. Without giving any spoilers away, do you have any special memories from that time?
From shooting this particular one?
Totally, yeah, or any, to be honest.
Oh, no, they've always been very good experiences. This one, I saw it last night, and it's really epically spectacular. Epically spectacular. I can't talk tonight.
That's what jet lag does to you. I'm the same, and I haven't even got any jet lag, but it is a very cold night. Billy D, thank you very much for your time, and have an incredible evening.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
She's a Star Wars newcomer playing Jada. Please give a warm welcome to Naomi Aki! Callum, we have not spoken to any of the filmmakers yet. You are exactly that, the executive producer. What an honour is that title, and what does that even mean to you?
It's a good question. It's been a long journey. I was on it for about 4 years to bring this, and this is a fantastic week. Obviously, really fun to be able to share this with everyone now, all the fans, and bring this to a conclusion. So thrilled to be here.
You're the perfect person to ask. What do you think it is about Star Wars that's just lasted so many years? 42?
I wish I knew. I know the first Star Wars was the first movie I ever saw. It was the second movie I ever saw. And so now, big thrill to be now part of behind the scenes to make this. I don't know what makes it so special, but I can tell you we shot for about 131 days. And from start to finish, we were absolutely thrilled. It was a beautiful family led by JJ and Kathy and Michelle. It was just a fantastic team. And so hopefully that translates. And hopefully everyone sees that up on screen.
Well, I have to say, I've been lucky enough to see it, and it does do that. So, Callum, thank you very much for your time. Have an incredible European premiere.
Good luck. Stay warm.
Thank you. And just a quick reminder, you can get in touch with us via the hashtag The Rise of Skywalker. Many of you have done that already. I'll read out a few of them. Lucas Bolton says, good stuff, can't wait to go to the cinema tonight, says Daniel Barnes. Simon King says 7 hours and I'll be there. I'll tell you what, 7 hours, it's going to be a long one, but it's worth the wait. Trevor Martin says, I've got to wait till Saturday, but I cannot wait. Freddie Basil and Gilbert Preston say, seeing the triple bill this evening. And finally, Joanne Ferguson says, have avoided spoilers for months now, only have to wait till midnight to find out what happens. Keep your comments coming in. We cannot wait to read out some of the very best ones, and I'll tell you what, it's a special film and it's a special premiere. And in fact, on that score, Naomi, please come on in. Naomi Aki, how are you?
I'm very, very good.
It's cold, isn't it?
It's It's cold, but it's more adrenaline that's running through my system right now.
Okay, let's talk about that, because adrenaline, it must be incredible to be part of this film, and you are instrumental in it.
I know. No, you know what? It's funny. I walk around this. I'm from London. I walk around these streets all the time, and I've always daydreamed being at a premiere. So this is like full circle for me. It's blowing my mind.
So what does that mean to you, to come full circle, like you say, to be a Londoner and to now be here on the blue carpet in films that don't get much bigger than this?
I know. I think for me, it's just, hard work and perseverance and hope and luck, and all of those things have meant that this thing is possible. So I'm very, very happy, very grateful.
Final question then, with the big question, your hair. No spoilers, but in the film your hair's a little bit different to now. Yeah. How was the maintenance on set?
I've rocked an afro since I was born, so the maintenance went nothing.
I tell you what, your afro outdid mine on the film. That's Sean there, me. Have an amazing evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Playing everyone's favourite Wookiee, please welcome Chewbacca himself as Yunus Sutomo. Returning to the role of fan favourite Rose, please welcome to London, Kelly Marie Tran!
Kelly Marie Tran, you've said it's cold. It is. I'm weighing a lot more than you. But how are you?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to be here.
What does it actually mean to be part of this premiere and to be in this film?
Oof, a lot and everything. I'm so excited that so many people love this thing and that we get to be a part of it. And I think everyone will be happy with what we did.
I think it's safe to say everyone is going to absolutely love it. You mentioned you're cold. I will not hold you back anymore.
Thanks,
Kelly,
man.
thank you.
It's nice to meet you. All right, have a good night.
Callum Green, how are you, sir?
I'm doing it well.
You've got
Thank
your
you.
own microphone. Sorry, there we go.
That's all right.
Listen, I saw it this morning.
Oh, congratulations. Do you like it?
No, congratulations to you, sir. I bow down. My 11-year-old son says it is the Star Wars film to end all Star Wars films.
Oh, that's lovely to hear.
I can't imagine where you start or how much pressure you felt in terms of bringing the Skywalker story to a conclusion. Did you feel that weight a little bit of...
A little bit, but luckily we were led by JJ, so it's all on his shoulders. We're just here to support and help and try and bring this to a satisfying conclusion, which hopefully we are. And the first two movies I ever saw were Star Wars, so to bring this to conclusion, to be a part of this is just a dream come true for myself as well.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, the fact that you are a fan, first and foremost, that's how you were introduced to these characters in this world. What does it mean to you to be part of this and bringing it to a conclusion?
They were every day I pinched myself. You're working with, Mark Hamill suddenly walks down the corridor and you're like, oh my God, Luke Skywalker. It's very hard to divide, reality from what we're doing. But it was a dream come true to make it. Hopefully you guys love the movie and we've done a good job.
I'm going to see it at least another 10 times.
Excellent.
You've made a fantastic film. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for sharing your vision with the fans as well. Callum, have a great night. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Well, I'm with the man without whom this film simply would not have happened. J.J. Abrams, how are you, and what does it mean to you to finally be here?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very well. I have to say, I saw the film yesterday.
Oh, you did?
It is incredible.
That's incredibly kind. I'm thrilled to be here, and it's the end of a long journey to finally be here, so it's very exciting.
I've got to ask about the word pressure. When you're directing this film, there's so much expectation because there's so much joy with the Star Wars franchise. Did you feel that pressure?
Yes, but it was balanced with the sense of opportunity the movie afforded, and also the collaboration with all these amazing people. So it was a lot, but it was something that it had its joy as well. The process.
Well, what a privilege it is. I have to say, it does not let down. Make sure you do not miss it. And JJ, I'll let you carry on with the premiere. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
Hey everybody, guess who's here? You know him as the heroic Finn. Please make some noise for John Boyega! Ladies and gentlemen, our next arrival is a British acting legend and Star Wars legend. It's Warwick Davis! Returning to the role that has captured the hearts of millions, playing C-3PO, it's Anthony Daniels!
For some people, coming to England might be a foreign country, but for this man here, you are currently in your hometown.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to bring this premiere to your hometown?
It means my bed. it means my bed. It means my own roof over my head and the culture that I just know. You know, born and raised here, so it feels good to bring the movie back home.
How has your life changed since playing this character now? Because your trajectory has been incredible.
Oh, thank you. Just opportunity. A role like this is once in a lifetime, and this has granted all of us amazing opportunities. But even more importantly, the consistency of working with such amazing people, JJ, Daisy, Oscar, especially on this one, it felt really, really surreal and great to have that.
Well, to go from the IDSA to here is an inspiration to many young actors and many hopeful actors and potential actors who want to recreate that. So congratulations on an incredible career.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hi, Janice, how are you? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
I love that you're a crowd pleaser as well, because Chewie's just one of the most beloved characters, you know, from the start.
True? Yeah.
What was it like for you getting back on set, but knowing that this was the end, really?
Absolutely. It was so hard. Because the pressure was there. I felt like I needed to, give my best performance, because not only were we going to end the saga, but we were going to pay respect to Carrie. We were
Peter.
Later to Peter as well. So I wanted to do justice to Peter with this performance, and this movie. I was so glad to hear when J.J. Abrams came back. I was so glad to get back in and have another go at the galaxy far, far away.
Did you get the chance to take on any advice from Peter? Because you've done an extraordinary job of continuing this love for this character that he started the story off with.
Oh yes, many of such things, and one of the big things that Peter taught me was how Chewbacca is always looking out, and the way he turns his head is a very peculiar, very memorable way of turning your head. No, it doesn't. So what I took from that is that Chewbacca is more than a man in a suit. He's a creature from space. So he's a very memorable guy.
He's a guy that we love, and we're so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for coming, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great night.
Thank you,
Eunice. Thank you so much.
Everybody enjoy.
Thank you. Here we go, returning to the now iconic role of Rey in The Rise of Skywalker, it's Daisy Ridley!
Well, I'm joined by Harrison Davis, Warwick Davis. Gents, how are we? You said as soon as you hear the music, you never get bored of hearing it.
I mean, that music, it rouses the emotions, doesn't it? And here we are once again in London celebrating Star Wars. It's fab.
And Harrison, how's your... I know you've just gotten out of the car, but what does it mean to you to be right here, a part of this film?
I mean, it's very surreal. Like, I've never really been a part of anything like this before. And yeah.
Well, I can't imagine what it's like to have your dad working with you. Is that a good or bad thing?
Sometimes, like, he was like, just get on with it. So that was a bad part of it, but yeah, it was good to work alongside him.
I imagine it's special for yourself, Warwick.
What's that?
I imagine it's special for you as well.
Oh, absolutely. To have Harrison in the movie, and Annabelle, my daughter, has worked on previous Star Wars as well, and so has my wife Sam, so it's kind of a family affair in total.
And Annabelle obviously does a lot of stuff for CBBC as well.
Sure has.
Could you describe, when you hear that music, what goes through your head to know that you are connected to this?
Well, you know, I've been a fan since I was 7 years old when I saw A New Hope for the first time. Little did I know that at that point I'd become a part of this amazing series of films. And here we are tonight celebrating the Rise of Skywalker, the conclusion of the Skywalker saga, which we'd never thought we'd see.
With that in mind, Harrison, final question. In one word, could you sum up the grand conclusion? For anyone who hasn't seen the film, what word do you think would best describe it? It's a tough question.
One word to sum this up.
Oh. Surreal, like that.
Surreal.
Surreal.
That is a very good word. In fact, that's left the question mark out there, so make sure whatever you do, you all go and see it. So as we said, throughout this premiere, we'd love to hear from you. Get in touch with us or comment below on Facebook via our hashtag Rise of Skywalker, aka The Rise of Skywalker. Some of you have done that already. I'll read out a couple of you. Lacey Bird says, everyone who made these films come to life. I want to say thank you for our childhoods and future generations' childhoods. May the Force always be there. That's perfect. Yanaris Michael says, so cool to see the robots live. That means he is here. Yanaris, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Josh Brown says, gonna watch it. I'm so excited for it. And Amanda Jane Murthick says, midnight showing, so flipping excited. You might be short of sleep, but I tell you what, when you wake up the following day, you will not forget watching this incredible film. Daisy, aka Ray, it might be cold, it might be starting to rain, but you're very excited, I take it.
I am excited. I'm very nervous, but the nerves have dissipated slightly. My family are here somewhere and we're about to watch the film.
Oh, so your family are here?
Yeah, well, they were walking from somewhere else like 10 minutes ago, so I'm hoping they're here.
Well, fingers crossed they are here. I'm sure they'll be able to find you. For anyone who hasn't seen it, which is basically everyone, what have they got in store for them? Hashtag no spoilers.
Hashtag no spoilers. A big old adventure, lots of fun, lots of laughs, and a big emotional through line.
Final question. What do we not know about being one of the stars of Star Wars?
What do we not know?
And what I mean is, I imagine it's an incredible privilege. I imagine it's an experience. But is it cold? Is it longer than you thought? Do you ever forget your...
Yes. Oh, it's long, yeah. As in, like, you're picked up at 5:30. Lee, who's here, who picked me up, took me back from work every day. He's up earlier than anyone. But you're in at, like, 6, and you leave at 6 or 7. It's a long old day, yeah. But great.
Totally, and a great film as well, and congratulations for being part of it.
Seen it?
I saw it yesterday. Oh man, so good. In fact, I'd say So there were sometimes so many real cult fans were in the screening I saw. There were 7 rounds of applause during the film. So it really is something special.
Well, when we were premiering it in LA, somebody shouted, "We love you, JJ." And I was like, yes, this is what we want.
Job done, and this is what we want. The film is what we want. Thank you so much for your time.
Playing fearless fighter pilot Paul Dameron, please welcome Oscar Isaac! Please welcome one of the writers of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. Not an easy job, I expect, but he's done a very good one. The hugely talented Chris Terrio! We meet again, General Hux. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you doing?
I'm really, really good. I was just telling you I've seen the film and you haven't.
No.
How are you feeling about watching
Devastated that you've seen it and I haven't. Yeah, terrible.
Are you excited though?
Really excited. I think this is the way to do it, you know, like on a big screen with a huge crowd. I can't wait.
Can you almost like remove yourself from being in it and just enjoy it as a, you know, as being a Star Wars fan or not?
I think as long as JJ hasn't removed me from being in it, I'll be happy.
He hasn't. I can tell you he hasn't.
Yes, result.
But what is it like being part of this kind of family and this whole kind of gang of filmmakers and cast?
It's a ridiculous privilege to be a part of something that means something to so many people. I think you want to try and do that all the time, and it doesn't work out nearly all the time. And when it does, it feels really special.
You, it's really hard. I don't want to talk about things, but I can't because I don't want to give any spoilers for anyone. But that's a big point of like making sure that nothing's told to the fans and it's kept secret. Is that easy for you guys to do and to keep? In terms of not talking about it whilst you're making it? And
for everybody apart from John Boyega, apparently, because he lost his script. I forgot I had a mic there for a second. Whoops.
But that's a big thing because it's so important to the fans. And were you a Star Wars fan growing up? Was it films that you watched as a kid?
No, yeah. I mean, I'd seen them all, but honestly, what changed it for me was seeing it on a big screen, you know, yeah, so that was a bigger deal for me than first time round, weirdly.
Yeah, and what's good about playing a villain?
Everything. Better to do it on screen than in real life, so I try and leave it for the screen.
You do it very well.
Thank you.
It's really great to see you. Enjoy this wonderful night and congratulations once again.
Appreciate it. Thank
the fabulous Donald Gleeson, everyone.
Thank you. Don't go off that way.
Oscar, aka Poe. We are at the European premiere of Star Wars. How are you feeling?
Feeling excited to unleash this thing.
It is incredible. I have to say, I've seen it yesterday. Without any spoilers, how would you summarize what everyone's got in store for them?
I think it's an epic, overwhelming, emotional conclusion to the Skywalker saga.
And what does it mean to you to actually be a part of it? Because it is cinematic history.
Oh, it's massive. It's hard to believe that I'm a part of this 42-year story, and to have been able to contribute, especially to the closing of that thing, feels, you know, it's humbling.
And how do you find out that you are a part of it? How does that process happen?
Well, that was an interesting process with JJ kind of bringing me over to Paris. That's where they were at the time, and just started talking to me about the character, and then that evolved. And you know, I wasn't sure if he was going to make it past the first film, and then that shifted. And so yeah, the whole journey has been a very wild, unpredictable ride.
And it's an incredible ride. It's safe to say, Oscar, thank you very much for your time and congratulations.
Speak with you. Thanks.
Play the the mysterious Zori Blitz in the film. Please welcome Star Wars newcomer, Kelly Russell. Kelly Marie, look, they love you.
Oh, they're the best. I love them.
You made such an impact with Rose, your character, when we first saw you on screen. Why do you think she's a big fan favorite? What is it about this character?
Because she's a big, normal nerd.
Yes to the nerds!
Yeah, she's a big nerd and then rises to an occasion and becomes someone completely different. And I think that's why she's so special.
So what can you tell us about where we find her in The Rise of Skywalker?
So it's been a year since the last film, and we sort of see her now being this person who's very much engrossed in the day-to-day of the Resistance, which is all I'm going to say, because JJ is right over there.
Has it sunk in for you yet that you are part of this world? It's cemented now in cinematic history that you are a character that is adored by fans as well.
Wow, when you say it like that, yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a part of my life for the last 4 years, and I feel really grateful to have been a part of it, but I try not to think about it on the day-to-day because I feel like I would go crazy.
Have you seen it yet?
I have, twice.
What was your reaction when you first saw it?
My reaction was just like that.
All the emotions?
All the emotions.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw it already.
I saw it this morning.
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old son says it is a Star Wars film to end all Star Wars.
Wow, well, your 11-year-old son is the...
We had all the emotions today.
I
and
mean...
It's incredible. It really,
awesome.
really is.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
so
great
glad.
to have you here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Go and
Thank
enjoy
you,
this
of
wonderful
course.
evening and your fabulous fans. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Naomi Aki joins me now. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, having fun?
I'm having so much fun. Hey, that's me.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What can you
That's
tell
mad.
us about her?
I can say that she's a warrior. She's super courageous, super cool.
Yeah.
Might I add? And I'm so excited for people to see what she can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your expectation about being part of Star Wars and the reality of it? Yeah.
I think the expectation was maybe a bit bigger, maybe colder, because the film was so huge. And I actually found that such a tight-knit family. that's the heart of what these films are really about, and being able to share that with everyone, and it's way more intimate than you would think.
And the wonderful thing that JJ's done and has been done in the last couple of films, by introducing new characters who are really important to the story and really important to relationships and storyline and stuff as well. And to be welcomed in sounds like
it's insane. And also being welcomed in on the last movie. I made it.
You did it. You made an impact, an impression for sure.
Yeah.
Did you have to do much prep in terms of training for it, in terms of the physicality of it?
Yeah, a lot of horse riding, a lot of.
blue screen.
Yeah.
It wasn't that at all. You were actually on a spaceship.
Oh man, I'm going to book like for the next 10 screenings to go and see it because it is just truly brilliant and it's great to see you.
Oh, thank you.
And congratulations once again.
Thank you. Do I leave you with the umbrella?
What? No, you take it with you. Keep dry.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You might melt.
Richard E. Grant, everyone. She's the super producer who rules over the entire Star Wars galaxy. Please give a huge welcome to President of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy! Joined by Kerry Russell. New character. She's great.
She is cool.
She is so cool. She's like, the outfit's cool. She's cool. She doesn't suffer fools.
No, it's so true. Like, I got to be in a Star Wars movie, and I got to be a cool character in a Star Wars movie.
What's that
Win-win.
like? How do you get to be in a Star Wars movie then? How did that happen?
Well, thankfully, I know J.J. Abrams, and we had worked together before, and he emailed me and said, "Do you want to do this part?" And I said, "Yeah."
Right. And what's it like, the reality of being on set on a Star Wars film?
Epic.
Then?
I mean, you're a part of cinematic history. Epic. It's amazing.
And the last one, this whole kind of culmination of this 42-year-old legacy really as well.
It truly, JJ, that's what feels so special about it, that JJ got to finish a part of cinematic history. He truly did. And everyone has such a feeling or a visceral reaction to that music and where you were when those first movies came out. And
yeah.
So.
And what can you tell us about her being awesome and fierce, Story Bliss? What can you tell us about? I mean, I've seen it, so I know. But for people who haven't yet, not to give spoilers, but what can you say about her and where she fits into the story?
I think she's tied to Poe and tells you a little bit about Poe's past.
Yeah.
And has questionable morals, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
A shady past.
Yeah. We've all got them.
Yeah. The best ones do.
Listen, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And congratulations once again. It's really lovely to meet you. Please, everybody, Kerry, thank you so much.
Thanks.
You.
Do I get
Have a great... Well, who better to talk about this incredible franchise than with the president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen, it's been a long time in the making. How does it feel to finally be here?
It feels great. I mean, to bring this saga to an end is, it's bittersweet, but it's also really exciting.
Can I ask how you actually go about concluding this saga, as you say?
Well, I mean, it's not one thing. It's obviously thousands of people that are involved in doing this, but J.J. Abrams, I think, has done a spectacular job at finding a way that we can emotionally bring resolution to these fantastic characters.
Well, I thought it was perfectly summed up yesterday. In the screening, as I mentioned to the audience earlier, 7 rounds of applause throughout the film, so it really is something special. But could you conclude it in one word?
One word. The Force.
Perfect. We're going to have to end it there because it gets no better than the Force. Kathleen, congratulations and thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is a real treat. Hi, Oscar. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm really great. Congratulations on this film.
Thank you very much.
It's all the emotions. It's all kind of wonderful. And it's just, yeah, I mean, for you, with this character, knowing that it was kind of tying up this saga, how did that feel for you going into this film?
It was I knew it was kind of the last shot at Poe Dameron and the last chance to explore the character and have fun with them, and particularly find the dynamic between Daisy and John's characters. And I think that's what I was most excited about, the three of us coming together.
There's a fantastic tone to the script in this film. A lot of comedy, and you guys are involved in that quite a lot. Do you get the chance to play with that a bit on set, in terms of, particularly with the three of you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, JJ really allowed us to play around and improvise and just find that tone that you're talking about.
Yeah. What do you think you'll take away from this experience? What will your lasting memory from Poe Dameron?
So many. There's so many, but I think the biggest one would probably be my friendship with John and Daisy and Anthony and JJ in particular. It's just love them so much.
And you're cemented now in this world, that's been around for 42 years, that means so much to people. You're part of that legacy now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's nuts.
Congratulations.
It's nuts. Thank you very much. It's crazy. I can't believe it. We could have imagined even these 3 movies, much less the conclusion of the entire Skywalker saga. So it's a humbling feeling.
Great. Thank you so much for stopping by
I feel
to
like
chat.
singing up here. I mean, it feels
Shall
like...
we?
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you so much, Oscar. Have a great one. Thank you.
Throughout the evening, we've been asking you to get in touch via our hashtag, which is the Rise of Skywalker. Do it all on the comments below, because we are live on Facebook as we speak. We'd love to hear about how your excitement and potentially how you're experiencing this film. Shelley Curtis says, taking my grandson and his mum on Christmas Eve to watch it in the IMAX. That will be special. We've watched them all, and I love watching my 10-year-old grandson, seeing his face light up. He's become a huge fan. Jodie Baker says, I just simply cannot express how much I love Star Wars. John Taylor says, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't want it to end. John, I know exactly what you mean. Sebastian O'Hare says, seeing it on Saturday night. Stephen Patterson says, so tempted to go to the midnight show. Well, I'll tell you what, Stephen, if you can still get tickets, you've got a couple of hours. Get yourself down here, get yourself to a midnight show. It might be a late night, you might be shattered in the morning, but you will not regret it for 1 second.
Oh, what a treat, Ian McDermott. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, and so looking forward to seeing it with a home audience, because I've already seen it with an American one, and that was pretty spectacular.
I bet it was, yeah. I mean, it's lovely to see you. It shouldn't be because he's,
I know.
he's
No,
back.
I'm horrific to be with, on and off.
What's the key to playing a good villain?
Well, I think let yourself go, really. The thing about this villain is he has no really psychological background. We don't know very much, if anything, about his youth. He's just thoroughly bad. You know, so you can just relax and be completely terrible.
Yeah.
He's just only interested in hate and revenge and absolute power. When I say that, of course, there are probably a number of people around in the world that I can model myself on psychologically, but I'm not going to risk it by naming any. So, but these people are sometimes in the corner of my mind, and I know they were in the corner of George's mind all those years ago. I can't possibly speak for JJ, but I imagine maybe the very, very tiny corner of his too.
But the villain is so important to the story. You know, when we had that trailer, first trailer for this film, and we heard that
clever,
voice,
wasn't it? Yes.
and everyone was like, it was, yes!
I know.
In a kind of, you know, in that weird way, but it's like, oh, it had so much intrigue and jeopardy.
And they were very clever about not revealing it, but revealing it slightly. I mean, I've had to hold this in my head as a secret for at least 18 months. And I thought maybe we wouldn't reveal it until first in LA and now in London tonight. But they decided, I think, to tease. And the teaser trailer
it worked.
Had my laugh at the end of it. And then as I was in the building, I stepped forward and sort of admitted I was around.
And what was it like? Because, you know, this is a story that we've loved for 42 years, this world, these characters. And for you to have kind of two goes at it almost, to come back with this kind of particular film with JJ, what was that like?
I know, well, it was spectacular. And it was, I mean, my history with the movies has been completely amazing. It was, I think I've been sort of 3 times lucky as opposed to lucky for the 3rd time. Because the first one was I got a phone call, come and meet George Lucas, which I did one lunchtime, and then I suddenly found I was the Emperor of the Universe. We didn't even have lunch. You know, it was easy in those days. You didn't have to go through that, And then years later, he said, do you know anyone who wants to play an emperor? And I said, well, why do you ask that question? And he said, all right, you can give the drink back, you've got the part. And revealed to me that I could be the younger, but my own age really, 50-year-old politician. And he said, there's this other character in the background. He didn't tell me they were the same person. He didn't say I was the Phantom Menace. But it's very satisfying to start off as a Phantom Menace and to end up as, I don't know, he doesn't have a new name. But just, I like to think of him as Old Yellow Eyes. So Old Yellow Eyes is back.
He is indeed, and it's a pleasure to chat
Great
to you.
to talk to you.
Thank you for being here. So great to have you back. Ian McDermott, everyone. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. everyone.
What's going on, everyone?
All right, lovely man.
Yeah, I'm good.
You look fabulous.
No, thank you, I appreciate it.
This film's great.
Yeah, I can't wait for everyone to see it.
What was your reaction when you first saw it?
Very emotional, overwhelmed, numb. I mean, for us, watching this movie is a whole different experience. It embodies years of our actual real lives.
Yeah.
So watching it, I was so just taken aback. But, you know, I have to say that JJ's done an extremely incredible job. And I really, really enjoyed watching the movie.
Finn, where do we find Finn in this film? Where is he, would you say?
We find Finn at a point where he's devoted to the cause, where, you know, he fights for the resistance and would die for any of his family or friends. And I think that it's been a journey, you know, it's been 3 movies for Finn to get there. He has no doubt about what he fights for now, and that's exciting, especially as an actor, for me to play.
I think one thing that you guys have injected in this film that every person who's worked on it has taken on board is the relationship between you and Daisy and Oscar and those characters and the tone that you have together, because there is a beautiful, beautiful rhythm with you all in this
And you know what's so
film.
funny? I think this is the first time that everyone's going to see me, Daisy, and Oscar's dynamic on screen. I mean,
Great.
this, you know, Finn, Ray, and Poe, their dynamic is taken a lot from how we are in real life, and there's a devotion, a genuine love there, and I can't wait for you guys to experience it.
You're in history now with this whole film. 42 years this has been in people's lives and will continue to be.
Yeah.
What would you like your lasting legacy of being part of Star Wars to be?
I don't know, man. You know, I just feel like the audience has their role to play, and whatever you feel, you know, feel it. But, you know, what I appreciate is any support that I've received over, especially from Londoners and people from the UK. Like, I couldn't do anything I'm doing without the fans and people who have been supportive of me and the movies that I do. So I appreciate it.
I'm sad.
I know.
I'm so sad.
I know.
I'm going to book like at least 10 screenings to go to.
I mean, it takes you a while to get over the sadness of it all.
I can't imagine how you feel.
I know. And I feel like I was saying to Daisy, I was like, maybe like mid-January, that's when I'm going to have more clarity about my feelings about this, because it's just so surreal.
We'll get you some tissues. We'll let you go and enjoy the film.
No, thank you.
So great to see you, John, and congratulations.
No,
the
thank you so
wonderful
much.
John Boyega, everyone. Thank you, sir. Hi, Daisy Ridley.
Hello. I'm glad it wasn't caught on camera how I just walked up those stairs.
Can I just say congratulations?
Thank you.
Because this film is awesome.
Thank you.
You are awesome in
Thank
it.
you.
How does it feel for it to be about to be unveiled on the world?
It feels exciting. I want to shout out to my family who are around here somewhere. I'm only excited to sit in the cinema and hold my mum's hand and see what she thinks.
Oh my gosh. And we're just talking to John though, because it's like, we're really sad though as well, because we've loved watching, particularly you guys over these last 3 films and how you've embodied these characters and helped them grow. For you, what's been the biggest journey for Ray over these 3 films? How has she changed?
I think she's grown more confident, and probably as I've grown more confident. I think, you know, it was a lot of the journey is about her finding where she fits, and I think in this film she figures it out. And I think there's always been that thing of she's searching for something she thinks she needs to know, but she's always had what she needs right next to her in the form of Finn and Poe and the beautiful resistance.
Oh my God. See that bit in the trailer where you backflip over the...
Oh yeah.
I mean,
with the help of my stunt double Katie. Shout out. I can't lie.
But in the cinema today when I was watching it, I tried to do that because it's kind of like...
It's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah. It's the most amazing physical performance watching this film. It is all the emotions. Is that what you had watching it for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, before I watched the film, I felt satisfied because I think it's so rare, so people say, to do so much emotional stuff and so much physical stuff.
Yeah.
And like be able to like really do it and be surrounded by amazing people that make you feel safe, and like you can do the physical stuff and do the emotional stuff. So I was satisfied before I saw it, and now watching it I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah.
What do you want your legacy to be? Because you're part of this legacy now, but what do you want your and Ray's legacy to be?
I think Someone's booing. I think being part of a group of people who, against all the odds, are fighting the good fight to triumph over evil.
I love it.
Yeah.
So great. Congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
So great.
Thank
the
you so much.
fabulous Daisy Ridley, everybody.
Thanks.
Have a great Hi, JJ.
Hi.
I'm so excited to talk to you. Can I just say massive congratulations on your film?
Oh, thanks so much.
I saw it
Cheers.
today with my 11-year-old son, and it's just everything we wanted it to be and more.
That's so kind. Cheers. Thanks so much.
Where do you start? When you know that you are writing and directing the kind of the last part of this saga, where do you start?
Well, Chris Terrio and I, we began just asking ourselves what we wanted to see, what we thought was the inevitable conclusion of this 9-chapter story.
Yeah.
Asking about like characters and themes and ideas, and knowing that going into it, whatever we did is going to, we had to go with our gut, because you have to just, feel it through.
Yeah.
And ask a million questions, but like go with your gut.
It really feels like that you listen to people, you listen to your cast, you listen to the performances. I was just talking to John, and particularly with John and Daisy and Oscar's characters, they are rhythm with each other, and their kind of chemistry and the tone of them together. You really feel that in this film as well. It's
They are
beautiful.
terrific. Well, it was one of the things that was most exciting for me coming back, was get to work with these amazing actors and getting to have them all on the adventure together. Was one of the things I just wanted to see as a moviegoer.
Yeah. Are you sad that it's the end?
It definitely is bittersweet. I mean, selfishly, to not get to see these people again in this way, it is sad. But I was not supposed to be back at all, so this is all gravy for me.
So what convinced you? What was the thing that convinced you? Because apart from George Lucas, you're the only one to return for another film.
Well, when Kathy Kennedy called and asked if I would come back, the feeling of opportunity, not just to help, bring the story to a close, but to work with all these people again, it was just too good to pass up.
How does it feel as well? Because this audience is so excited to see this film, and I can feel the energy of people around the world who are excited for this. How does it feel for you knowing that it's about to be unveiled to the fans who have been, new fans, old fans, 42 years of this world?
Well, I just feel, again, I feel lucky to be here, to be a part of this, and to be any part of the Star Wars saga is an incredible honor. And I just can't wait for everyone to see what this cast and crew has done. And I do think that, you go to the cinema and I think you leave feeling better than when you got there, and that's important.
Congratulations, you've made an extraordinary film.
That's very kind.
Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
J.J. Abrams, everyone.
Thank you.
Thankfully, so many of you have got in touch with us via social media. A reminder to continue to do that. Our hashtag is The Rise of Skywalker. So make sure you comment below or use the hashtag as well. Luke Summerfield says, I'd love to be there. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't miss this for the world. Richard Whitewilder says, hashtag Rise of Skywalker. I just want to say thank you for creating and finishing the Skywalker saga. You'll always be a part of me. Thank you to the cast and crew. I'm absolutely hyped to watch it. Sean Kenner says, cannot wait for tonight, expecting the best film to date. Sean, you will not be disappointed. Ed Burns says, I can't wait to see it. I'm watching it on Boxing Day with the family. What a Christmas present that will be. And finally, Ryan Collins says, I'm looking forward to watching The Rise of Skywalker this weekend with my mum. I've been a huge Star Wars fan since I was 8 years old and always will be, even in 42 years from now when I'm an old man sitting in my armchair. And that, my friends, is the power of Star Wars.
I mean, this man needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you one anyway, Anthony Daniels. How are you, sir?
I'm delighted to be here, excited to be here back in London.
I mean, this world that you've been part of for 42 years, and this character who, I mean, he's just loved. He's so fantastic.
He is loved, and I love him too, which is why I've been able to stick with him all these years. I'm very grateful to him, and I think maybe he's a little grateful to me.
I hope he is. What was your reaction when you first heard about The Rise of Skywalker, and were you allowed to read a whole script?
J.J. Abrams, who was just here a minute ago, didn't give me a script until about 5 days before we started shooting, because he kept saying, I want you to have the best draft of it. And I was so frustrated. And then, of course, when I got it and I opened it and I thought, wow, you've seen the film, haven't you?
I've seen it, yeah.
But not everybody has, so we won't tell
spoil
any.
it.
But I had a really good time on this, really good time. Just a gorgeous cast. You know, you've had them on stage here. You know what they're like.
Yeah.
And then Chris Terrio's script with JJ's writing as well has just come up with something. I don't know how he's done it.
Yeah.
You know, genius.
Yeah.
They've wrapped the whole story up. It's so satisfying.
And how does it compare to 42 years ago with A New Hope in terms of, not knowing at that time that this was going to be something that was going to have this
many
following?
many people know that, Carrie and Mark and Harrison and I all thought, and Sir Alec Guinness all thought it was a kind of hokey story. It was just George who kind of guessed where he was going with this. And it's why we're here tonight, because of George Lucas.
And what was the comparison to being on set for that first film and being on set for this last film?
Being on set for the first one was a bit like being in an episode of Blue Peter. There was lots of things being pulled along on strings and so on, which I loved. You can do that at home, make your own films. This time JJ has taken us right back to huge sets of utter reality.
Yeah.
So you could walk in the morning and go, wow, look at this, It was a great treat to be in it. But now I need to take a little break and see these films, as the fans have seen them all these years, from a different perspective.
Yeah. And what do you think your legacy? You'd love your legacy to be from C-3PO?
I don't know about the word legacy. It sounds awfully grand. I just want people to enjoy the films forever and ever and ever, because you can do that now in the electronic medium, and to look after 3PO, because he loves looking after other people, but kind of he's a bit vulnerable.
He's got good friends.
He has good friends, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah. Listen, it's great to chat to you. Congratulations once again. And it's lovely to have you up here tonight as well.
Thank
you.
The
fabulous
very much.
Anthony Daniels, everybody. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
sad. That is it, I'm afraid, for the European premiere of the final film in this Skywalker saga.
Indeed, hopefully you can see us. There's a lot of rain, and as a result there are a lot of umbrellas, but that has not dampened the spirits here, especially not for the Raylos down there. They've been fantastic all day, have all the fans, but as our guests, the filmmakers, and indeed all the people begin to take their seats, that means, Edith, it is time to get whisked away to a galaxy far, far away, because this is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Thanks to everybody who's braved the cold here, to our guests who are making their way inside, and thanks to all you guys who've been watching from wherever that is, thanks to Vodafone Business. See, that's Chewbacca with his umbrella, that's why he's so high, you can't see us as well. But as they make their way inside, thank you so much for watching, and before we go, here's a little look at some of the highlights from tonight before The Rise of Skywalker hits cinemas tomorrow. Enjoy.